One of my all-time favorite perennials is the winter hardy geranium, like this cranesbill right here. I fell in love with these plants when I was living out in the Pacific Northwest for a few years, and out there in the mild climates, these plants have the ability to bloom for months, like 8-10 months out of the year. For the rest of us that live in harsher climates, like here in Pennsylvania, these have the ability to bloom for up to 4 to 6 months from late spring all the way to fall if you follow one basic trick in order to maintain them with the proper cultivation. Now, we know from Horticulture and Botany 101, the reason for plants to actually produce flowers is then to produce seeds to ensure their survival in the future. So out in the wild, this hardy geranium, what it would do is it would create these beautiful flowers, and then as the flowers end, they would start to create little beautiful seed pods. The seed pods then get released, and it essentially ensures its survival from one year to the next. Now, because we know that these plants are hardy in our regions, we don't need to ensure that they're creating seeds in order to spread. While that is a really wonderful feature, they will spread underground naturally, so we don't need that second mechanism to ensure that they're actually creating more plant life. However, if you do want that, by all means, let them be, and don't follow my advice on how to keep them blooming for months and months. Now, what we basically need to do, it's very simple. Once a week, go out to your garden, look at your plants, and you can see the difference. Here is a wonderful geranium flower in bloom. Here you can see the geranium flower has finished, the petals have fallen off, and all that remains are the anthers and these sepals. The sepals are basically just kind of like those outer coverings of the flowers. Now, what then happens is that a little baby seed pod is going to start to grow out of the center. And what happens at that point is the stems continue to grow in length, and the plants start to get a little bit leggy and not super sightly. And what happens in kind of the spirit of the plant is it starts to put all of its energy in creating those seeds. Now, we're growing the plant because we love the foliage and we love the flowers. We want that thick growth, and we want tons of flowers for as many months as possible. We don't really care about the seeds. So what do we need to do? We need to get rid of those seeds. And it really is as simple as taking your shears and cutting off those old flower stems. Now, these sort of winter hardy geraniums, they're not going to create more flowers from the same stem. So it's okay to just remove each old flower stem just like that. And in doing so, you're going to signal to the plant to keep producing flowers and don't produce the seeds. That way, you're going to continue to have flowers, and in the same vein, you're also going to be ensuring that the growth is thick and healthy and dense. Just what we want. So now that I've finished trimming away all those old seed pods, this plant is encouraged to start producing more flowers, and it's going to continue to produce flowers all the way until that first frost. But even if it isn't going to continue to produce flowers, simply trimming away those old seed pods is going to help ensure a nice, thick, dense look in the garden, just like we have here. Any way you look at it, the hardy geranium is one of the most outstanding perennials to add to the flower, any way you look at it, the hardy geranium is one of the most outstanding perennials to add to your gardens this year. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.